Burning Platform has been around for a couple of decades, and it comes from a story about a man who is working on an oil platform out in the North Sea. So this guy is awoken one night by a large explosion. He runs up on deck and sees that the platform he is on is actually on fire. So he has a choice. Does he stay on the platform and burn to death, or does he jump 150 feet into freezing cold water and hope that he survives? He makes the decision to jump, somehow manages to survive the impact, and is eventually picked up by a rescue boat just before he freezes to death. When asked why he jumped, he replies, "Better probable death than certain death." So in a business context, this implies that fear and extreme urgency are not only necessary but desirable motivators for change. In other words, in order to transform, we all need to run around with our arse on fire. Now, as it turns out, in the land of burning platforms, there are far too many pyromaniacs. What I actually found was that while some urgency helped motivate the CEOs to begin their journey, a fear-driven motivation was not what sustained them over time. What they all spoke passionately about was a burning ambition, a very personal fire that burned within. They spoke about things like fulfilling their leadership potential and redefining their definition of success to include balance, and a deeply held desire to live a big and authentic life. This personal burning ambition then transcended into a burning ambition for their organisations as well. One CEO not only wanted to transform the culture of his company in Australia, but to effect positive change in the corporate parent company globally. This resulted in him making decisions locally, knowing that he was placing himself in the firing line. Another CEO's ambition for a big and authentic life encouraged him to connect the creative energy of his advertising agency to worthy social causes. This ultimately manifested itself in one of the largest social movements any of us have seen in recent years, that of Earth Hour. So what I've learned through all of this is three things. The first is that to sustain a transformation journey, shifting from a burning platform to a burning ambition is absolutely critical. Why? Because this shift allows leaders to be calmer, more purposeful, and more responsive to the inevitable challenges that they're going to face. Secondly, it's also vital for a leader to not only articulate the organisational reasons for change, but to delve deeper and establish very compelling personal motivations for change. Finally, the fire, or the big why, is actually a crucial part of how leaders transform. As Nietzsche said, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. And this is why I place the fire at the centre of our 7 metaphors. Because if the fire goes out, all other factors are redundant.